This is Minkles and Dragons.
A few days have passed since the attempted takeover that briefly waylaid your party's journey south aboard the Velvet Empress, deep within the Ridgefish Desert. Ridgefish
Good
Desert.
start. Good start. We're nailing it.
The lead assailant of the attack, now revealed to be Commitment, the brother of your ravishing and enigmatic demonkin companion Devotion, has not been forthcoming with any information in the least, living up to his chosen name by responding with a near suicidal level of aggressive resistance to anyone's attempts to extract any relevant information from him. Any further attempts at answering a laundry list of outstanding questions must be set aside for the time, however, as Kipp informs you all that your intended destination has been reached. Taking some time to bring the ship in for a landing, you are all left standing awaiting her instructions as the airship lists gently in the blazing heat of the sun. All right. Kipp, it's your time to shine.
Whoa, just like that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not prepared. I was like, wait, there's gonna be more, right? All right. So we're at the place. We're like here. We're at the door.
So well, no, you're not at the door yet. Technically, you're parked in the middle of the desert. Nothing really noticeable around you for a ways. And you want to take some people with you to this location.
Right. So currently, who is all with us? Like, we're on the ship?
Everyone who's on the ship. You're all on the ship, and everyone who's been on the ship this entire time is with you.
Okay. Okay.
But you want to take as few people as possible,
yes,
so that that there's less of an impact, basically.
Gotcha. Damn it, Kipp. Okay. So I assume that Kiffy, Laszlo, and Prue is near me right now. Yes?
Yes. A lot of the crew are near you right now. They're all basically everyone on the boat is watching you.
Oh, great. Good. No pressure. All right. So
No pressure.
All right.
All eyes on you.
Yeah, right?
What do we do, Kipp? Where do we go?
I don't want to be alive. What do we do? All right, so I take a deep breath. I think everybody could tell that I'm a little on edge. And I just look at Kiffy and then look at Laszlo and Prue. And I say to them, I cannot take a lot of people to where we're going, but I would not go without you, Kiffy, you, Laszlo, and you, Prue. But nobody else is coming. Nobody has anything to say.
Anything
We're not bringing the mime.
We're not. No, we're not. We can't bring the mime. This is a very secretive place, and to keep it as secret as possible, I cannot bring anybody else. I'm not even sure if you guys will be allowed to come in, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I can't go in there alone.
But you're bringing Pip, right? Pip's gotta come, right? Right?
Of course. I won't enter that place if Pip's not allowed to come.
Yeah. Pip, if Pip's there, we got a great squad. We'll be fine. You got
Perfect.
this. We'll support you.
Thank you. Laszlo and Prue, will you come with me too?
Yes, we'll come along.
Okay.
So we're Dr. Seuss now, are we?
Did I rhyme? I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Laszlo and Prue.
Come along too. Will you come along too? To enter the secret zoo? It'll be a hubbaloo. Okay, cool. So yeah. Just please pay attention to everything that I say and don't be crazy or else, well, don't worry about that. Just
What are you talking about? Things are never crazy with us, ever.
just obey everything that I say, okay, you guys? Please.
Okay.
Okay.
We're real good at following directions.
I know. All right,
This
let's
is
go.
fine. We're fine. This is fine.
Are elves flammable by chance?
Like most things, yes.
Okay.
Oh God! Somebody quote that, please. Are elves flammable by chance? Kiwi.
All
Okay.
right. So are you all ready to depart into the desert?
Yeah. Yes. 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 You
How
guys
far
ready?
is this place? Should we bring anything with us?
Well, I have my endless gnomish water, so we'll
Excellent.
be hydrated.
Or at least our knees will be.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I would just say bring what we always bring on our crazy wild adventures, but we should be taken care of. I think.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust you. You seem to know more about this place than we do, so.
Oh, good. I'm glad it comes off that
Do
way.
you guys hear that noise at all
No.
in my background?
No.
like a
I
vac-
thought you meant my Alexa that's like screaming an alarm right now.
Oh, that's
Can't
not
hear
good.
that.
No, I can't hear anything.
Instead of cooking alarm.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know. All
Well-
right, cool. So you all ready? You're all good to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Does anyone have any final things to say?
May the odds be ever in our favor.
Retweet.
Sorry. Wrong show. Wrong.
No, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
As you all depart the ship and head out into the sandy landscape before you, Kipp begins to lead you all some distance away from the ship. After many hours, you have lost sight of the ship and begin to wonder if you are all well and truly lost and may all soon die in this boiling expanse, when Kipp suddenly cautions you all to stop. Cresting a small ridge leading to yet another unassuming patch of sand, she stops to address you all.
Okay, well, we're here. I'm gonna need you all to turn around, please. Just trust me, I need you to turn around.
Okay, I will turn
You're not-
around.
You're not like gonna like pull our pants down or anything, right?
Okay, on most days, Kifi, that would be hilarious, and I would totally do that. But I have to keep the secret entrance and how to get into it, secret. So I trust you
Okay.
guys with all of my heart, but just please turn around. I'm sorry. If
It's no funny business.
I promise, Kifi, I will not. Okay. So they're all turned around. Oh.
You may also want to instruct them to plug their ears, because in order to do what needs to be done, you must play the song of entry upon an instrument.
Okay. One moment, please. I'm going to need you all to plug your ears as well. Gosh, it's been so long. How do I... Oh God, I hope I do this right. Okay. This part. I think that was right.
Well,
Wait, nope, it didn't work. Shit. Okay, one more time.
Hold on, no, you'll know it worked or not, because that is the first poll. We're resolving the first poll now. So yeah. You'll be happy to hear that 67% of people voted for "Does she open the hole correctly?" So with a 67% majority, the vote is yes.
Wow.
You did open the hole correctly.
Okay, I'm surprised. Thanks. Thank you, voters.
Yeah, you did a great job opening that hole, Daredevil.
Thank you.
I mean, Kipp.
Who's Daredevil, Kiwi?
I don't know. Actually, I think that's some god that the gnomish people pray to, probably.
Oh, I'll have to hear more about
Probably.
her sometime.
You know, she's a cool cat.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool. I bet she is.
There
Well,
is,
that seemed to work. I am
Yeah.
shocked. It's been a really long time since I've practiced that song. None of you
It-
copied those notes, right?
No,
No, of course not.
I don't even think I could register some of those notes.
Trick question, you guys were listening. I told you to plug your ears.
I mean, how could we not hear some of those tones?
That's fair.
Those beautifully dulcet tones. made
I
their
was
way to my
completely
ears.
compliant. I turned and covered my ears.
Yeah, but
Thank you,
Laszlo, you're the
Laszlo.
rule follower of our group. That's kind of your, you know,
Shtick.
you're the good one. You're kind
That's
of
what you
the
do.
responsible one.
That's true.
As you guys have this discussion, you can hear the sound of rushing sand behind Kipp, and as you all kind of watch, there is a spiraling ramp of mossy cave revealing itself as the swirling sands rush aside to grant you all access to what looks like some sort of secret underground natural passageway in great and impressive fashion. What would you all like to do?
To the hole.
You want to enter the hole?
I would like to storm the hole, please.
I would like to storm the hole, please. I
I
don't know what that acts. I'm sorry.
I'm still quiet. I'm keeping quite reserved, but I run my hands along the stone question mark that I'm
It's more
assuming
like
is
a lot of compressed dirt and stuff kind of leading down. But
Okay.
as it goes, so you're all entering? Is that it? You're all entering the hole?
yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna kind of like.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna let Kipp lead. If she knows where we're at, then she should definitely be going first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna kind of like warmingly nudge Kipp and just kind of like put my arm around her leg for a second. Like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
I look down and pat Keefy on the head, as per usual. Thanks, Keefy. So yes, and then I slowly start walking. I'm going at quite a leisurely pace, a hesitant pace, if you will, but I am just running my hands along the compressed dirt, and I look very deep in thought as we walk forward down the passageway.
And sorry, just a quick mention to chat. We just resolved the vote. Sorry, I did that a little quickly. I should have given people a little bit more time to cast their votes. But the vote was, does she open the hole? And there was a 61% vote for yes. But don't worry, there will be another vote coming soon after the break.
Is it about another hole?
Maybe. I mean, it could be
Are
Are
about a
all
hole.
the votes about
Sure.
all of the holes, though, is the question.
I mean, they could be. They very well could be.
Okay.
Good God, how many holes do you have to worry about?
Sorry, this isn't Minkles after dark.
Laszlo,
This is
many
Minkles and
holes.
Dragons.
Trust me, this is a big place.
Ooh. Unka.
Monka. A lot of people are asking about how how they vote and everything. So if you give a refresh, a try to my stream. I don't does it work on mobile? I don't think it works on mobile.
I think you have to hit the little icon, the little the little cog on mobile, and you can interact with it that way.
Okay. And if you're on PC, you should be able to mouse over the screen, and a little like thing will show up, a little box that says Twitch Picks, and you should be able to vote from there. It does work on mobile, says Kaido. Okay, awesome. So if you're not seeing it, do a refresh and just check if it's up there. But yeah.
Perfect. All right. So as you all follow the winding pathway down into the underground, the group comes upon a thick wooden door at the start of what looks to be a hallway once you reach your way quite a ways underground, and it is carved with intricate elven words of power illuminated by bioluminescent moss. So Kipp. It's at this
Who
point.
is this Dara? We all
Yeah.
keep talking.
Shush.
I gotta
Shut
meet
up.
her. Sorry.
So Kipp, it is now your turn once again to enter further into the sanctuary.
Another hole, you mean?
You have to get deeper into the hole.
Okay. Do I also need my musical instrument to open all these holes?
No, this time it's different. It looks to be the right combination of touch. Like when you touch one of the runes, they illuminate. And
Okay.
it seems to be kind of like a combo lock almost.
Okay. I turn to my group again, and I'm like, I'm sorry to do this again. I just need you to cover your eyes this time, please, or turn around. Thank you. Prue. Prue, do I have to make you turn around?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Gosh. Okay. That was wrong. Fuck, I can't remember how to reset these things. Okay, that seemed to work. I hope it doesn't lock me out after like 3 tries.
It's like, oh, is it 6268 or 6862? Well, luckily for you, your memories hold clear, and as you press the bioluminescent moss filling the different runes, you light up the correct combination, and as you press your hand against various runes on the wooden surface, a little green light followed by a different tone for each one precedes your touches, until finally, after an extensive combination of inputs, the door begins to lower, revealing a long, dark, root-filled hallway. What would you like to do?
I'm just like kind of I'm standing there, again, very quiet and reserved. I'm looking kind of back and forth, and so the audience knows I'm having some really like crazy feelings right now. It's hard to be back here for me. So I just kind of turn around and I actually walk a little bit closer to Kifi, Laszlo, and Prue. I just want to be near them. And I just look at them all and I'm like, are you guys ready to go deeper? I do giggle a little bit.
Ready. Go deeper.
Okay.
As a team.
Ready whenever you're ready.
Like I said, guys, just follow my every instruction carefully. So please.
Are there like booby traps?
I mean, not that I can recall, but it has been a long time since I've been here, and I'm not too sure which nomadic clan is going to be here. They vary per clan, and I would say just be cautious.
Okay.
Just let me lead, though.
All right, so there is a long, dark, root-filled hallway that kind of curves off and starts to head upwards a bit ahead of you guys. How would you like to approach entering it?
A long hallway?
Yeah, it's like a long tunnel, more or less. It's like everything is more nature-y.
Okay, I was gonna say there's still like roots and everything.
It's full of like dark plant life. You can barely see down it. Like there's no light.
Can I... Shit, I guess. Can I actually get the crew to stay there and I start walking a little bit forward to just see if anything happens? Before we
Yes.
all walk forward?
Yes, do that.
Okay, so I walk forward. I'm quiet, but I put up my hand as if to tell the crew to not move. And I start walking forward into the hallway. Oh, I'm going to whisper, just stay there. and I walk forward.
All right. As you get a few feet into this dark kind of tunnel of roots and plant life, nothing really happens. So it seems to be safe to progress.
Okay. I turn back around. I walk back to my crew, and I just, again, no words, but I just motion, follow me.
Is that what you guys are going to do?
I will follow.
I'm gonna try and be a little lighthearted and like tiptoe like this behind them. just to bring maybe a little lightness to the situation because it seems a little tense.
Little pizzicato violin strings.
Yeah.
Since I'm walking forward and they're all behind me, but I did glance at Kifi doing that and they can't see, but I do have a little bit of a smirk on my face watching her proceed like that.
And Laszlo, what about you? Is there anything you do as you enter?
No, I just reluctantly walk forward.
All right, you guys are now feeling your way through the darkened tunnel, and you can't really see anything as you get further in, and you just feel like lots of like wet dirt and roots and stuff. And you're so far in now that you don't really know where to go without any light.
I notion over to Kifi and ask, or I burp. Sorry. Kifi, would you mind conjuring some light for us? It's pretty dark. Even my eyes are having trouble seeing down here.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and try that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just try and conjure just a ball of light that can kind of like follow us as we're walking through the hallway. Do we have a lot of room above our heads, I guess? Or is this like a pretty small tunnel?
Two things.
Uh-huh.
One, can everyone just quickly do a couple of random D20 rolls to clear the chat so that we can see the rolls stats instead of that weird message Roll20 throws in there every goddamn time?
Oh my god, look at our stupid rolls. Well, there we go. Laszlo got a good one. There we go.
Oh, there goes my one good roll for the
I know I'm
entire-
not rolling anymore until I need to.
Perfect. And it's pretty tall. Like you could, if there wasn't so many roots and like random growths, you could probably fit like a fairly sizable thing through that tunnel.
Okay.
But it is pretty overgrown as well.
Then I am gonna try and conjure some light for us.
All right, you've conjured light a lot now. I'm just gonna have you roll a straight D20 for it, and it's pretty much good as long as you don't crit fail.
Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
Very
Not bad
good.
at
The
all.
same light that you have been summoning this entire time from the palm of your hand, which you've gotten a lot better at controlling now, floats free, and you send it out into the hallway. And as the tunnel is illuminated, you can see that it begins to rise a little bit, kind of going through the darkness and curving. Seems to be a little more like harder to navigate and a little thicker in density with the growth of plant life.
To the point where we aren't going to be able to just walk straight up it?
You could still forge your way through, but you'll need to start pushing things out of the way.
You
Okay.
could just burn it out of the way.
It's Kifi. No, do not do anything of that sort unless you want to answer to some very, very angry elves and some angry vegetation.
But
These plants will consume you if you harm them. So just let me deal with it. Dylan, what? Staring into the camera, shoving pizza into his face.
Everyone's based on movement. If I don't move, it's fine.
I guess I hope that this will work. If I can remember correctly, I just walk up to like where it starts to incline, where there's like deep vegetation. What do I call it? Like growth.
Yeah.
And
Plants and shit.
I'm gonna just like kneel down and whisper a couple words and touch the plants. And I hope that they, if I can recall correctly, that they will actually part for me.
Cool. Roll me a d20.
Oh no. There's always fire as an option, Kipp.
You-
Always fire.
You can have a +4 though.
Okay. Oh god. Yo!
Excellent.
I'm slightly magical.
As you
Sorry.
as you lean down to the ground and touch the roots and utter a few words in your native tongue, the plant life begins to kind of part and shows that there's a longer curving hallway that sort of this tunnel seems to only be one tunnel. It just curves and warps and moves around a lot. Seems to be very easy to kind of forget where your position is underground as you follow it. But would you guys like to continue following it now that the way is a little more clear?
Yes.
Everyone else okay with it?
Yes.
Wherever she's
I'm a
leading.
little bummed I couldn't light it on fire, but yeah, let's go.
Fucking Kiwi. Pyromaniac.
I gotta practice somehow, Kipp.
Not here, honey. Not here.
As you guys continue through the tunnel, eventually, after following the winding, weavingness of it, you start to see a natural light emitting. But it's strange because you're so far underground, but you could swear it's almost like the light of the sun is like illuminating through an underground hole. But you get the sense that if you continue along the path, you might eventually reach where this light source is.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep walking toward it, but I'm gonna be even more hesitant. I'm gonna slow down. And wait, yeah, yes. There's no other like direction. It's just
You've only got one tunnel to follow, and you're going along it.
okay. So we'll
It
just
doesn't branch off anywhere else.
but there's just light now. And that's it. Okay. So
Well,
we
you
just
can see a natural light that isn't Keefe's light.
okay.
Eventually.
If Kifi were to put out her light, would it still be too dark from where we are?
No, you would be able to make your way through and
Okay.
get to this light.
Okay. Kifi, would you mind putting out the light now?
Yeah.
I don't think we need it. Thank you.
Quick,
I love
quick
you.
question as we're heading towards this ominous light at the end of what I assume, based on your description, is a carnivorously plant-infested tunnel.
Well, who says they're carnivorous?
She did. So where are we going exactly?
They might not eat you. They might just strangle you to death. Don't I can't quite say right now, but you guys trust me, right? We've made it this far.
I trust you. I'm just wanting to know if there's anything we need to know going into this. This is getting you seem concerned.
I've told you everything that you need to know. And if you follow my instructions exactly, you'll be okay. Just trust me.
Fair
As
enough.
I say that, I literally make that face. Like I turn around and I'm just like so incredibly unsure of myself. You guys trust me, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Let's keep
Everything's
going.
gonna be fine. They're gonna be so excited to see you again, and they're gonna love having visitors because they probably haven't had visitors in a really long time, and it's like we're coming over for dinner. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, Kiwi for sure. Let's go, guys. Let's keep walking.
All right. So that's what everyone's doing. You're following Kipp to the light.
Oh,
To the end.
wait. Shoot. I look over at one of the sides of the walls where there's a lot of. I cannot look at Dylan while he eats something or drinks something. I can't. It makes me laugh every time. So I look at the growth on the sides of the walls, and I walk over to it kind of quickly. I shuffle over there, I reach my hand into my satchel and I rummage around for a little bit. Okay. I take all of my elvish friendship brownies. I open, I whisper a few more words. Ishala kala. And the vines spread open and I shove my elven friendship brownies deep into the vines and growth. Whisper a couple more words. Danu Minkle. And then it closes again and hides. And I look around and I just try to take note of where exactly that was placed. I stare at it for a few seconds. Okay, we can proceed. Gotta hide contraband.
I kind of lean down in the ground and draw an arrow in the ground, and I write F-U-N and have it pointing to where the brownies are.
I look at that and giggle a little bit and start walking ahead.
If they're carnivorous plants, are they going to get high?
I hope so.
Me too.
That's a good question, Dylan.
I mean, you just have to find out, won't you?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out. Hopefully, they're still
I
there.
don't know
when we
if you
come
can
back.
get a Venus flytrap high.
To the Google machine.
Continue.
Danu Minkolala.
Oh my god, someone has Googled this before. Just saying.
That's
It's
a good
unrelated,
phrase.
but someone has Googled this.
I'm so glad the internet exists sometimes.
Anyways, sorry. Anyways.
All right. So nobody, we're all unanimously voting to follow Kipp to the light. Yes, that's what's happening.
Yeah, now that we've ditched the pot brownies, let's do it.
Hey, the friendship brownies. Thank you.
The
very much.
friendship brownies. Yeah.
All right. As you finally make your way through the weaving tunnels of tangled roots and darkness, pushing tensely out towards the light, growing closer and closer, the final wall of roots ahead of you parts to reveal a massive underground sanctuary ahead. Illuminated by a combination of glowing mosses and an absolutely colossal deposit of sunstone directly overhead, you can see that this gigantic underground cavern you have entered plays host to a sprawling, dense forest. Flowing into this forest are several streams of water from waterfalls pouring from the roof of the cavern, all meeting in a central lake of crystal clear water. You can also see the forest filling the cavern continues to spread well beyond this space, growing densely in all directions, giving the impression that this network of plant life goes on for some distance into all manner of other tunnels and caverns. As you all take in the jaw-dropping splendor of subterranean greenery before you, you can hear the faint chime of flute-like instruments sounding and warning high above you all. The sound draws all your attentions upwards, to where now you can see a village-sized cluster of orb-shaped structures built into the sprawl of mighty vines and roots that travel up along the roof of the cavern, that have woven a protective and symbiotic enclosure around the base of the sunstone deposit. The structure appears to be as carefully built with the same symbiosis in mind into this expansive growth, and it's connected by naturally grown gangways and overhangs. However, your time to admire this ingenious habitat is cut short by the sight of a host of quickly descending four-legged armored creatures, rocketing towards your position like falling meteorites. Just before impact...
Kipp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kipp.
Can
Can I fire? Can I fire?
No. Duck. Everybody duck.
I duck.
Anatonema! I don't fucking know. Yeah, so I put my hands out and I just say Anatonema, and I hope I squint. I'm doing this with my face. I slowly look up, and what's happening, Dylan?
Well, as you guys all look, just before impact, the underbellies of these strange armored beings inflate like glowing balloons, their descent slowing considerably as they do so. These strange beings touch down gracefully in a perfect semicircle around you, revealing on their backs complex bows, much like Kipp's transformed version of Eevee, are already drawn and ready to fire should anyone provoke them into doing so. These bows are attached to what appear to be elves, much like yourself, Kipp. And they are looking a little angry at the presence of you all standing there right now.
Sorry. They are four-legged creatures, but they look like elves? Is that what you just said?
There's riders. Sorry, I should have been just... These big creatures that fell from the sky and landed in front of you, they have revealed that there are elves on top of them riding them like mounts, and they basically have bows that look like your version of Kipp when she's a bow, drawn and ready at you.
Yeah.
And there's about 6 of them roughly, and they don't look happy. So how would you like to handle this situation?
Oh my god. I just stare back at my companions. Shit. Okay. So I walk a little bit forward, but not too close. Damn you. Damn you is all I have to say. I walk not to them. No, that's not what I say to them. I say that to our dungeon master. I walk a little bit ahead. I keep a safe distance, and I'm just going to put my hand like this on my shoulder. And I'm going to say, greetings. We come in peace. I'm Kipp. And... I can't... Okay, hold on. So, I'll just make, I'm Kipp. And who might you be?
They all exchange glances for a bit in kind of like raised eyebrow fashion. And one of the guys on the back of the thing of his creature, which you will now recognize, Kipp, are Master Minkledons. These are the things that are like what you guys have been searching for, more or less.
What we want to milk, right? We want to milk them?
No, you want to...
Can't promise that that's not what Kiffy wants to do.
Oh god, we might. Maybe that's what we're here for.
Did I totally misremember why we were looking for a Master Minkledon?
You're looking for the Master Minkledons to take them back to the Citadel of Stone so that you can research one of them in hopes of figuring out how to create a material that will allow you to go into the frozen north of the world, more or less, and not be ripped apart by magical storms.
Yeah, I totally forgot why we wanted the Master Minkledons.
I know, I had to ask Dylan that too, to be honest.
But, let's milk them too.
I say we try to Master Minkle milk. That does.
Do they have udders?
They don't have udders.
Oh, dang.
A
Or at least they don't have any visible nipples.
challenge.
They actually look like a weird hybrid of like dinosaurs, like buffaloes and tardigrades.
What is a tardigrade?
A tardigrade is an extremophile microscopic organism that can withstand intense, like cold or heat, and basically doesn't die of old age.
Okay. I do have a question, because just trying to remember timelines and stuff. Why do we need to go to Frozen North?
Okay, recap for everybody.
We need a recap, please.
Hold on. We'll put a hold on.
Sorry. Does everybody else?
No, it's okay.
Too?
It's okay. Let's try this one. It's time for recap, everybody. So, in our previous adventure,
I'm listening. I'm trying to find both of my friggin' pens are not working.
No problem.
I'm really sorry. We thought we were trying to get.
No, it's okay. We need to do this.
Is the music super loud to anybody else?
Yeah, a little bit. Here, I'll turn it down. There we go. Is that a little better? Here, we'll turn it down even more. All right, everyone. It's recap time. So, in our previous adventures, our players, having spent some time on the moving city of Edders, discovered that a creature of unknown origin, inhabiting a rock golem of some type beneath the city, was preventing the city from returning south before the winter storms expanded southward to kill everybody. They went underground and solved that problem real quick. Having returned to Unity after solving this problem, they ran into another problem, that being that they discovered that this rock monster that was controlled by a crazy creature, whatever the hell, was actually related to the Great Cataclysm that wiped out 80% of all life on the planet many millennia ago. This was informed to you by the Grand Singer, Kratnornin, who was half-dragon, weird draconian guy, man. Basically, he told you guys, hey, we did some research on this stone thing, and we found out that it's linked to a place far in the north. And unfortunately, in order to get that far north on the planet, you need to go through some swirling magical snowstorms. These swirling magical snowstorms will rip your face right the fuck off if you try to go through them without the right protection. So they were like, oh man, we should do some research. In the meantime, why don't we go back to our ship, which we acquired, and get some help? So they got some help. And then the Siphius showed up and he was like, hey everybody, I found out that these things that are actually related to your people, Kipp, called Master Minkledons, had been seen centuries ago traveling through the snow and resisting the effects of these magical snowstorms. So we should go find some of those things. And then everyone was like, hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, good idea, Siphius. And you all went on your boat and you all started heading south to the Ridgefish Desert to do that. But unfortunately, there was a little bit of an interruption where some cultists came on your boat, tried to take the thing over, but then you beat their asses. So now you're here in the Ridgefish Desert, and you're about to get Master Minkledons. So that is the story so far.
And we're not here to milk them.
That's right.
What? MWB remembers all of this? What? My ADD. What's in the storms precisely? I'm sorry. I'm trying to pay attention and focus.
I honestly have no idea where milk came from. Like, I don't know.
Somebody tell me, please. What's in the snowstorm?
Like, I swear someone said that. Like, I used to drink their milk when I was a kid. Like, I swear someone...
No, maybe like in chat last time when we revealed about the Master Minkledons. Maybe.
Anyways.
Wow, Laszlo. Seriously, what's in the snowstorms specifically that we need to go into them for?
So you're not entirely certain what was there, but what was told to you by the High Singers was that through their divination of the stone, they found that there was something like an old city lost to time up in the northern, like, frozen wastes, and that was related to the origins of this creature. So you need to go out there and figure out what the hell is going on, because it's related to the cataclysm, right? So it's very serious. Like, you need to go and figure out what the fuck is going on up there, just in case things are going real bad, right?
Because the creatures are back and seemingly trying to take over, kind of thing.
And one small stone thing that was infected by a very small portion of the essence of whatever this was caused all that shit you went through on Edders. So obviously it's very, very important that you guys figure out if that's a bigger problem or not as soon as possible.
Okay, I'm writing this down so I don't have to ask again.
I'll just ask you next time. Before I say out loud, we're here to milk them, right? I'm going to just double check with my dear friend Kipp and be like, I'm probably remembering this wrong. Probably.
That's okay. It's hard to remember everything over different weeks, right? Like, I'm happy to give primers anytime anyone needs them.
Yes. I'm going to need...
Unless I get that question like 10 times in chat, like, what's been the story so far? And every 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Dylan, why am I here?
What is this?
What
episode?
Dolan?
What chapter? What channel are we on?
What channel is
Okay, so...
Where's Dolan?
Let me get my notes right. Old city, lost to time. This is what I wrote, okay? Frozen Wasteland is related to the cataclysm by the high singers found through their singage and the stones. That's where the creature originated from, and it's tied to the cataclysm. And now our duty is to get the Master Minkledons, to bring them back to the Citadel for research, because they're said to have fucking high resistance to frozen tundra and shit. So we need to see if we can use them to get access to this place so we can get to the bottom of the story.
Yes. Yes.
God.
Exactly.
We're just getting our ice type Pokemon so we can challenge the gym leader.
That's right.
That's like legit what we're doing.
We gotta
I
get
guess
our
more or less.
Lapras so we can go ride the waves to get to the next gym leader.
Oh my god, too good. Okay. Great. Now I know what to say to these guards. Hi, we're here for Master Minkledons.
Yeah, I'm just here because I thought, I needed to go home for a
Come
week,
visit.
get readjusted. I know I've been banished and I'm in exile and all, but like, come on.
Right? I'm just hoping they don't know who I am. That's why I didn't say like anything else other than I'm Kipp and who are you?
Well, fun fact, we can come to the resolution of that right now if you like.
Okay, yes, let's do it.
Perfect. Let me resume the audio. The lead rider aboard one of the Master Minkledons, kind of like who seems to be a little bit more impressive than the others. He's not wearing much in terms of clothing. In fact, all of them are barely wearing anything in terms of coverage. And the lead rider there kind of lowers his bow a bit, kind of keeping it at the ready. The other ones have kept their weapons drawn, but he kind of looks you in the eyes and he goes, "I know very well who you are. Why are you here, exile?"
We're here on a very sensitive diplomatic mission. I look over at the crew and I'm like, do I tell them now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't keep a straight face with your responses. God damn it.
With my responses? Because I'm so not you. Oh, it's Keefe's.
Keefy was like,
yep, do it.
Yep.
Should this person join our group? Yep, seems safe to me. They are great.
You know what? Keep doing some random. I have to ask Dylan a question. So, Keefe, just talk.
Stall for time.
Yeah, stall for time, please.
Hi, this is a really nice hole you have here. It's really covered in roots and pretty spring things. I hope that life isn't too lonely down here. That's probably why we're gonna be down here, right? To make new friends. Friendship is great. You make really good brownies, you elves.
Oh.
You do a good job.
Okay. Good job, Keefe. Okay, let me do it again.
You say that to them. Let me start it over.
Can I just start? Let me just start this over. So you know who I am. Great. Well, we're here on a very sensitive fuck me. I don't say that to them. On a very sensitive, duplicated, dedicated server. On a sensitive diplomatic mission. I would like to speak with Elder Mossfelt, please.
They kind of look amongst each other a little bit more, and the lead rider goes, "What makes you think you are entitled to speak to the elder of your clan after being thrown out of our society?"
I do recall that long time ago, when you all cast me aside, that I was allowed one return visit here to rebuttal my exile. So, I won't ask again. I would like to speak to Elder Mossfelt. Behind my back, my fingers are crossed.
All right. You know what? That's fair. That's In most things, this is generally what is called a bluff roll. So if you're trying to bluff somebody with something, you roll a d20, and then they roll a d20 in response. So I want you to roll a d20.
Well, no, just kidding. That's totally what they told me when I got exiled. No? Okay, I'll roll a bluff roll. Okay, rolling a d20.
Yeah, just an unmodified d20.
Oh, God.
And then I roll a secret d20.
Can we give her inspiration?
Oh, my God. Oh, right. I forgot about the pantheons. Well.
Can I roll for her?
It's okay. It's okay. I rolled a 1.
Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah.
A 5.
Red border. So you're like, and then he just goes, fuck it, whatever. He's too tired for this shit.
I just turn around, like my eyes wide, just staring at the companions. And then I smile a little bit to them.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
And I give a little shrug.
This seems to be good enough for them. So everyone who has their bows at the ready kind of lowers them, and they make room on the front of their kind of the backs of these Master Minkledons for each of you guys to hop on one of them to kind of go up to the village.
Kiffy, do you need some help up?
Most likely. You know, I've never ridden a Master Minkledon before. Do you, Mr. Elf, do you know if they're milkable?
The elf, like, looks at you and just kind of shakes his head and waits for everybody to get on the...
And I just cast a very serious glance at Kiffy. And I just go... Kiffy?
Tough crowd. Real tough crowd.
Oh, God. I just hop on, like, without any hands. I jump. Okay, these guys are pretty big, aren't they? The Master Minkledons?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, no hands. Just...
They're basically flying rhino dinosaur creature things.
Gotcha. But they are lower to the ground right now so that we can get on them,
yes.
Correct?
They've
okay,
deflated their stomachs and flattened so that
I'm gonna fucking Legolas this. I'm gonna, like, grab onto their neck and then, like, flip under their neck and over top and land on top of them. On top of this one underneath me.
Sure, you can roll a d20 and a -2 for that for me.
Damn it. All right.
Your acrobatics check.
Like, -2, no spaces, right?
Yes. You successfully managed to engage the forward momentum of you swinging yourself onto it, but you just kind of like plat into the side of it and fall on the ground, looking a little awkward. And the elf, like, who was talking to you is the one that you're getting on his. He's just kind of looking at you like...
Under my breath. Sorry. I just say, great first impression, Dara. I mean, Kipp. It's Dara. We're all under her spell tonight.
That's right.
Great first impression, Kipp. Really good. They could tell you've grown. They could tell you've grown as a person. And then I just stop talking.
So do you just get on normally then with the
Yeah,
guy?
I get back up and just completely normally and incredibly carefully. I have my head held up high. And I just gingerly step onto the Master Minkledon.
Okay. Kiffy, you are helped up onto one of the mounts, and you're riding with like a really kind of like burly, square-jawed looking kind of like darker skinned elf. And he's they all, you can see that they all have the same kind of markings on them. So they share like a common thing, and you get that maybe that marking kind of just differentiates them in some way. And meanwhile, Prue, are you gonna hop on one of these?
That's the plan, yes.
Okay. You just gonna straight do that? No fancy shit? Just get on?
I'm just going to mount the Master Minkledon.
All right. Mount the Master Minkledon. What about you, Laszlo?
Like our ponies at home, I'm just going to, with experience and grace, hop up onto this creature.
So you're gonna do a bit of a flourishy mounting? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just going to grab some fur and swing my leg over.
Okay.
With grace.
All right, cool. So you guys all board your Master Minkledons, and once everyone is secure and you're holding onto your various riders, the elves take you onto their mounts, and the creatures inflate their underbellies once more, rising gently into the air towards the structure high above, almost like they're just hot air balloons, more or less. Finally docking with the buildings, you are escorted through the hanging habitats towards a significantly more impressive-looking garden-like platform, sprouting from one of the thicker growths of wall-covering vegetation. On your way towards the garden, you also take note of the locals watching your progress with cautious curiosity. They've never really seen outsiders in the grove before. You also happen to notice very clearly that the vast majority of the inhabitants are either young, like very young children, pregnant women, or exceptionally old-looking elves. And almost all of the smaller number of adult elves who stand out apart from them kind of bear the same markings as the ones escorting you through the village. As your party is led forward into... Oh, yeah, by the way, everyone here is wearing the minimalist amount of clothing possible. Like, some people are just straight up naked. Like, you're home, you know, you're lounging around in the grove. You're not going to wear pants. That's just, you know, then they're taking it. Yeah, so there's a lot of naked people, too. So, a lot of naked elves. So, as your party is led onto the soft, dewy grass of the gardens ahead, you approach a thick cluster of trunks, vines, and leaves that forms a sort of semicircular audience chamber made of various plant life. Your escort...
talking about being naked, you said a thick cluster of trunks, and I'm low-key dying from that sentence. By the way...
Thick trunks surround you.
This is how I want to die.
Just want to preface that you said that in the context of people being naked.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I did it to myself.
Yeah.
But we filled it. We're in this hole now, so we got to fill it. So as you reach this garden, your escorts spread out behind you as you are left in the center of the space, forming a perimeter with their weapons kind of half-readied. Is there anything you guys would like to do here before I continue?
So this garden, what kind of garden is it? Is it like lots of different kinds of plants, or just mostly trees, or?
It's a mixture of all kinds of plant life. And essentially it's like a natural garden. Like there's no like barriers or anything. It's not tended to a certain kind of like design. You having fun with your chips there, Dara?
You can hear that.
I can hear that so loudly.
Why did I buy this mic? Damn. It's not supposed to be that sensitive.
I am going to just walk a little bit of ways from the group and just kneel down in the grass and just start touching plants.
I'm just gonna start going ham on them plants.
I'm not like molesting plants. I'm just like touching plants. Happily touching plants.
Happily touching plants. Okay. That makes sense. So you're just kind of like on your knees touching plants, and the elves are like, "What the fuck is she doing?"
I'm gonna ask Kipp if Prue's okay.
Yeah. You should actually. I'll allow it if you'd like. You should go over there and touch them too. You'll see why. Try it, Kiwi.
Come touch the plants, Kiwi.
It's a really great feeling. I promise.
I'm gonna go waddle over to them and just face plant like you do into the snow and just go wah! Into the snow. Or not the snow, the plant.
Oh, I'm chuckling, but I'm also looking around like making sure like hopefully nobody saw that.
They all see it. You are literally being watched by 6 armed guards at your every move. But
I take a deep breath when I notice that, and I just shake my head. I shouldn't have said that. Should not have said that.
And as Keefe walks over to the greenery and does that, there's just like a little poof of spores and stuff. As nothing harmful. It's just, like if you fell on a thing of dandelions, but there's a whole mix of different colors and stuff. So she sends up a bunch of pollen and seeds and what have you. What about?
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what about Laszlo? Laszlo, are you going to do anything in this situation?
I just put my hands behind my back and stroll around, admiring our surroundings.
All right, everyone's enjoying the garden. Apparently, as you're standing here.
Special garden.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to do, Kipp, before I continue onwards?
I just continue to look around, making like awkward eye contact with everybody that's staring at me. And is anybody no? Like Laszlo's not next to me. So just under my own breath, I say, "Not even nearly naked," and boy, do I feel it right now. Just take a deep breath and continue standing there, not doing anything, and just kind of like staring off into the distance.
All right. So that's Kipp is sitting there in preparation, and meanwhile, everyone else is just kind of like plants. So,
Yep, that's our team.
Perfect. All right. Moving forwards, a multitude of gentle rustles from the thick wall of vegetation ahead of you guys kind of brings your attention towards it. And as you watch, 6 different figures partially emerge from the greenery to address you. These figures appear to be very old-looking elves who have merged with the flora of the forest, their bodies and the plant life virtually indistinguishable from one another. They all collectively rest their eyes firmly on Kipp before one of them begins to speak. Nameless outcast, she who was banished, why have you returned to the forest with these outsiders?
Elders, as I told your guards, we are here on a very sensitive diplomatic mission. As you may have heard, our world is in danger once again. And do they know anything about the creatures? Are they in their own little, so they don't know anything?
Well, I mean, they know that the cataclysm happened, but they don't know, they haven't been updated on the affairs of the surface world, basically. Like, they don't know that there's a chance that the cataclysm could return, kind of thing, right?
To update you on the affairs of the outside world, there is a chance that
was so like weather report, like, and we have a front of apocalyptic weather coming in over here now, maybe hitting us on Tuesday.
Massive rock creatures trying to destroy the universe. But yeah, so where was I though? Oh wait, okay, so when I say that, as you have heard, what was I saying? I don't even remember.
You're telling the elders that there's shit going down.
Yeah. I stumble for a second because they give some confused looks. You don't know what's going on at all?
They kind of look at each other a bit, and the elder goes, "No, what is it you refer to?" Oh,
wow. Well, there are some cataclysmic rock monsters that have been attacking the outside world, and we have been trying to put it to an end. And the High Singers, they know what the High Singers are?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to like explain every single detail.
No, they hear about the outside world from the returning nomadic tribes who come to shelter here throughout the year.
Okay, so the High Singers that have been studying these rock creatures after we've defeated them have noticed that they may be linked and come from an old city that was destroyed in the cataclysm. But the problem is that it is in a magical frozen vortex, and we need to get to the city to get to the bottom of this. And it made me, or the High Singers actually mentioned the Master Minkledons and their abilities to resist these deeply cold temperatures. We would really like to take some back to the Citadel to research them so that we can save our entire world and learn more about these creatures and how we could possibly stop them. I know I'm not welcome here. I understand that. But you know I would never return unless this was a serious problem. This is an emergency. And I hope you can cast your judgments aside to understand that if the upper world gets defeated by these monstrous creatures, then the lower world probably will be next. Please help us.
The 6 living ecosystems before you kind of exchange glances amongst themselves for a time, appearing as if to converse with no audible speech emanating from their mouths. And it goes on for an uncomfortable period as they kind of weigh this information. And as one, they presume to turn their gaze upon Kipp, and the elder speaks again. In light of the circumstances, we have elected to allow the nameless exile to engage in the ritual of binding with the Master Minkledons that wander the forest below. Should she be successful in earning the trust of one such beast, we will accept this as the will of the forest and allow you and the sacred beast you seek to leave this place. However, should no bond be forged, then none of you will be permitted to return to the surface again, living out the rest of your lives in the wilds of the deep caves below.
Okay. Thank you very much. I get down on my knees, actually. I am astounded. I truly thank you. Will my friends be accompanying me on this ritual?
The elders kind of nod at one another, and the elder who is speaking to you addresses you again. And, yes, you may take your companions on this journey to the forest floor.
Do I know what the ritual is, or do I have to ask them what the bonding or the binding ritual is?
So you know that in the history of your people, if anyone has ever wanted to go seek out a connection to the Master Minkledons to use them for the clan, it's basically like a life-threatening thing where you're sent to the forest floor to connect with one, and if you can bring it back and show that you've forged a bond with these creatures, then you're welcome back into your tribe, and basically like you're given a more of a status as like someone important because like you made a bond with one of these sacred creatures. But but elves don't do it all that often, because if you fuck it up, they basically just say you can never return to the village and you have to live in the wilds.
Holy shit. Okay, so this is like huge.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're very
no pressure.
rigid about, like who does what, and there's not a lot of leniency in the society.
Yeah. Okay. Am I supposed to say more stuff, or did they?
No, they kind of get the
much?
impression that there's nothing left to be said. So with no further words on the matter, the elders just kind of return to the wall of plant matter behind them, their forms now kind of impossible to pick out from the growth surrounding them.
Okay.
Nice talking to you.
I remain standing completely motionless and just staring at nothing and everything.
I'm just gonna hug Kip's leg real tight. just kind of like latch on, like a little growth. Be like, it's okay. We'll bond the shit out of those Master Minkledons.
Yeah. Thanks, Keefy.
And
Go ahead.
I was about to say, and on that note, we should take our first break. I will do some ambient forest sounds as we resume our adventures. So welcome, players, again to resuming session 9 of Minkles and Dragons. As some time has passed since you guys were given the mandate to begin the trial of taming shit. I forgot what I called it. Bonding. The ritual of bonding. There we go. Thanks, Brain. So you've taken a little bit of time to kind of get yourselves asserted and hanging out and stuff. And in the background, there's like one guy. He's like, "Thanks for giving a sub to Pirate King Aiden." And you're like, "Why did that guy say that?"
Oh shit!
But you spent a little time getting yourselves ready for the journey below, and now you're all kind of ready. And Kipp comes out wearing the traditional garb of her people, which is not a lot of clothing, and she's like ready to basically like.
You look like the stuff that fire is.
Do you mean hot, Keefy?
No, I mean you look really, really great, Kipp.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to blend in a little bit. Oddly enough, when I was wearing more clothes, I felt more naked than I am now.
I was kidding. Never mind.
Just like still covering myself up a little bit because I'm not used to this. Aren't you guys hot though? Like warm? So warm down here and humid.
I was about to say that I immediately ripped my pants off, but we're not that kind of street.
Oh God.
I mean, Dara opted for the ward change, but you can say that Keefe like decided to skitty down. Like, you don't have to be naked. In
you
real
do.
life. Oh, you do. You do you? That's a requirement.
Everybody getting naked.
I'll just be butt naked.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Amazing.
You're just gonna strip down.
Oh, yep.
All right. So you see
I'm gonna
Kipp.
keep everything in my magical pockets.
This is what I love about you, Keefe, and what makes you different than my people. You never judge, and you're so willing to join in on the culture. It's pretty amazing.
Laszlo, are you going to affect any wardrobe changes?
No, gentlemen do not disrobe.
Prue, are you joining the fun at all?
No, I'll roll my sleeves up to my elbows and just as deep into the plants as I can possibly get, please. Just,
All right, so now you have a naked gnome and a nearly naked elf and a not naked other two accompanying members, and now you're ready. You're ready to descend. Is there anything else you guys maybe want to do before or get ready before you're lowered on the back of the escorts to the forest floor to seek out a Master Minkledon?
No.
Should we can we Rocky Talkie Siphius and tell him we've made progress? I feel like we've been gone a bit.
You can try.
Siphius! I know it's been a while. Hello?
There is no response. You get the sense that maybe underground this thing isn't going to be able to communicate with anyone up above.
Yeah.
I thought since, rocks around us underground that it would travel like sound waves.
That's a nice thought, but unfortunately, no. They're a
Okay.
little short range, actually.
Okay. This is worth it. I mean, I thought we should update that
You guys spent hours walking away from the ship, following Kipp into the desert. So you're a ways away from it now, and now you're also very far underground.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel a little bit quiet, but feeling more comfortable in my new garb. I'm ready to go. You guys ready to get going? Okay,
Is there a lot more forest where we're headed?
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
we have a pretty big task ahead of us, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. I'm actually really surprised that they're allowing you guys to come with me. This means a lot. I don't know if you know or if you heard, but if I successfully do this, I'll be welcomed back to my tribe. This is...
You would go back to
Yeah,
them?
why would you go back to people that outcast you?
I wouldn't go back, but to know that I did something and to be redeemed in their eyes would... I don't know, I've been traveling so much, and knowing that there's even one place that I'm not welcome, and that's my home, weighs a lot on me. And I've been such a failure all my life. If I succeed doing this, it changes everything. I don't even know if I would want to come back, but knowing that I could if I needed to welcoming gazes, I can't even describe how that would feel. I don't even know how that would feel. But I'm determined to do this. I failed so much. I need to do this. And I couldn't have asked for better company.
Well, regardless of how this ends, we'll always be here to welcome you home. Now let's go get that Master Minkle done.
Yeah, let's milk it for some reason.
Oh, can you grab me a tissue?
Oh my god.
So you guys you all kind of have that moment of bonding together as a team. Shit got real, and you all mount your separate Master Minkledons, and the guards who, carried you up into the village now carry you down to the forest floor and let you disembark, and they kind of return back up without a word. No notices of good luck or anything. They're just kind of like, peace, fuck off. So yeah, now you're on the forest floor, and there is forest in all directions. The areas that you can see that you came down, like the tunnel that you had gone through, there's a couple more entrances that look very similar to that, scattered around the upper part of like the domed area. That it is this like large enclosed space, basically. So you get the impression that there's a couple of other entrances to this underground place, and they're a little ways up. So without a Master Minkledon, you couldn't even really reach them either. So now you're on the forest floor. The forest goes in all directions. As if you leave the area, it'll get really dark because there's one big sunstone in this cavern, and otherwise it's pretty dark. So what's your choice? Where are you going to head from here?
Where would we generally find Master Minkledons, Kipp?
Well, we can't go up.
Accurate.
So let's go down. Question mark.
It looks pretty much the same in all directions. You just pick a direction and head into the forest if you want, more or less.
All right, yeah, let's... Oh, is there a map that I should be on or something? Okay,
Nope.
Okay, just double checking.
Nobody's ever mapped the forest.
Okay, well, would I be if I was a Master Minkledon? Well, I kind of hear some grunting in my left ear. Let's go left.
Left is always right.
All right.
All right. So you guys, you start out in just a randomly chosen direction, heading towards the darker parts of the forest, and it starts to get darker and darker. And as you enter, the light starts to fade from your path until you are now in the in the dark undergrowth of the forest where everything is overgrown and it's difficult to find your way through these multitude of random tunnels and caverns, and you just kind of keep exploring. But as you get further in, your path is illuminated in some parts by bioluminescent kind of like plant life, but for the most part it's getting a lot harder to see. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Keefe, I don't think our torches, I'm not too sure how the Master Minkledons will react to fire. Would you mind giving us some light again?
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling, extra just confident and great.
Perfect, yeah.
Because you're naked?
Make myself in light and just make myself a glowing gnome.
You're
a glowing naked
gnome.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you want to turn yourself into a glow stick. I'm cool with that. It's not going to be that much of a stretch from what you've done before. So we'll just say it's like a +6. So roll a d20 at a +6.
Wait! Keefe, from what I remember in my studies, they're actually quite attracted to a glowing, I want to say purple light. Can you try to make sure it's a purple light? It's has very calming effects on them.
I think that's a very good idea. I will try to make myself purple.
All right, it's going to still be a +6. So roll me a d20 at a +6 to turn yourself to a purple glow stick.
Purple glow stick.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
Woo! A dim, faint purple glow. A lilac.
It's not like a fucking like lighthouse, but you're now a nice, decent, glowing purple naked gnome.
Perfect.
That's actually what I aspire to be in life.
Mood.
So you now illuminate the area a little better, and everything is bathed in like a purple light. And you guys continue to progress into the forest and tromp your way deeper and deeper into the growth. Pardon me. As you get into the forests more and more, eventually you just kind of have to rely on your natural eyesight to see if you can find anything. So you come to a kind of branch of a couple of different cavernous tunnels, fairly large. What I want you each to do is roll me a d20, and I'm going to say that Kipp, you're going to have a +4 to this roll because you do technically have better eyesight than everyone else, and everyone else is just going to roll a d20. Oh, we got an 8 from Prue. We got a 9 from... Oh, damn.
I can see forever.
So Prue's still a little too enamored with the undergrowth to really pay attention to the whole journey. She hasn't really been paying much attention to it at all, really. She's just kind of like... And Laszlo's just kind of like wandering around like, I have never seen all this green shit in my entire life. So you're
But
kind of...
doesn't he have a lot of money?
He does, but that doesn't mean he's seen an underground forest in a world that's basically a barren wasteland.
No, I meant because money's green.
Oh.
I see how you did there. I was like, how does that make him see better?
Our money is gold and jewels. There's no green.
It's mineral. There's no paper money in this world.
I don't think they have laser eye surgery here.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm real sorry I had to.
Oh, good.
Amazing.
But Keefe and Kipp do notice at the same time, basically, that off to the left is a cavern that kind of has a blue light, like a very strong blue light emanating from it. Do you want to head towards it? The others are all fairly dark, but they all look similar in size and profile otherwise.
Usually when we see a bright light and there's nothing else around, we follow it like moths. You guys want to head that way?
Sounds good to me.
All
Sounds
right.
logical.
It looks so comforting. Let's follow it.
Does anyone have any objections, or are you all good with that?
There are plants in that direction.
Since we're basically going to our possible demise or exile into this forest, can we do a little check around?
Like you want to check for something else, maybe, in the area?
Yes, maybe a source of the light.
It's just a tunnel that's emanating a bright blue light. Like, that's just about all there is to it. And all the others are dark.
Can I make a perception check?
I mean, that's what
Just kind of see if like.
I can include the roll you did to look when you guys were doing.
Oh,
What are you
okay.
What are you hoping to find exactly?
I just wanted to see if there were like anything looks out of place, or I see any tracks or anything like that.
Search for traps.
Tracks.
Well,
not traps.
No, I saw Lord Zach post it, and I was like, yes, you discover a pit trap, and it's a good thing you looked.
I searched for traps. I cast search.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing really, but good note on the tracks, because you are looking for an animal. I'll say that yes, you do manage to make out what looks to be like a larger amount of like kind of stomped flat underbrush in that direction as well.
Yeah, let's go that way. That makes sense.
All right. So I'll
No
guess
traps and tracks. We're good.
I'll lead. And once again, crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm eating some almonds that I found along the pathway. Would you
Are they
guys?
friendship
I
almonds?
was gonna
Nuts.
say, I don't think these have any magical properties, but they are the best almonds. I guarantee that you will find anywhere in the land. You guys want a couple? You should try some. No nut allergies here?
Yeah. I'd love some nuts.
Okay, here you go.
I'm massively allergic. I
Oh.
love it.
Okay, sounds good. Prue, would you like some?
I would love your found nuts. Yeah.
Oh, the crunchiest too. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me you've tasted better.
Never in my life.
I know.
Those are the best nuts I've ever had.
The most exceptional salty nuts I've ever put in my mouth. All right, let's go down this tunnel.
You guys are actually walking down the tunnel having this conversation while
Alright.
you're like, oh, let's go this way.
Let's go
follow
further
the
down
light.
this tunnel.
Yeah. So after you spend some time stumbling through the living darkness that surrounds you all, you can make basically like a larger passageway as you were traveling along this, leading to a very large open clearing of glowing blue plants. Like it's like an underground like field of just all of these crazy glowing blue bioluminescent plants. And standing amongst these plants, gently grazing on them, is a group of 3 Master Minkledons. How would you like to handle this discovery?
Ooh.
What do Master Minkledons eat?
Anything, basically.
So these awesome
So-
almonds.
So not an herbivore then.
I mean, they're omnivores, I would say.
They're omnomivores.
Yes, omnivores.
So we can't really like bribe them with food and be like, here, food, friendship. Why not?
Oh, the friendship brownies I left back. No.
Damn it.
Womp womp.
Shit, that could have been good. Okay. I'm gonna trying to decide if I should have all of you come with me or if I should go alone. Do you guys think that it'd be less intimidating if just one of us approached the Master Minkledons? Or do you all think if we approach slowly enough, nice and quiet, Keefe goes in front of us with her glowing purple and we see what
terrify them.
happens. How about
I feel like you're probably less intimidating than us.
but what if they might be attracted to that purple? How about I go, but you
look like ready to go, like jump in and be like,
yeah. Do you think if you stay a little bit behind me, you'll come with me? And when I stop, you absolutely stop and do not move, no matter what? Okay.
You can do that.
Okay, Prue and Laszlo, stay back, but be on the ready just in case anything happens. The last resort. The last resort. If I am being torn apart by these creatures, only then will I allow you to injure them. Do you understand?
Don't stab them. Got it.
Okay, I'm serious. If one bites me or anything, don't do anything. Unless I'm in their maws being thrown about.
Maws?
In their maws.
Oh, I've never heard maws before.
Like-
Sorry.
My gaping maw.
I thought you like combined mouth and jaw together, and I was really
I mean, I think that is how that word maybe
sorry.
came to be. That's
I
okay.
was just a little thrown off by that. I don't know.
Okay.
Today I learned.
Today I learned.
All right,
Next
so
time
that's
on Minkles and Dragons.
Yeah, do
So
they
let's
have
do
I'm
this.
assuming they have teeth if they're omnivores.
they do
Yeah.
have teeth.
Okay.
They're also very large, heavily armored creatures that you couldn't kill if you tried.
Claws?
Not that you can see.
Can they converse?
No, they don't speak. I mean, they make
They don't-
noises like
okay.
groans and grunts and stuff.
And these ones are
So they're
wild, correct?
They are. They haven't
Okay.
been tamed and put into servitude within one of your tribes yet.
Is there anything that we're allowed to do like roll on to learn any like useful information on them?
I mean, I could tell you what you probably can recall from your childhood, having seen them and been taught about them, because they're an integral part of your culture.
Yep.
Is that
Yep, tell me that.
That sounds good. Tell me. That thing.
they're omnivores. They'll eat pretty much anything. They're not very aggressive, although they will kill things if they like have to, kind of thing. But they're really, really tolerant. Like they know they're pretty much unkillable, right? So they don't really get bothered by a lot.
Okay.
They're very stubborn, but they're also incredibly like when you talk to them, if they're like bonded with the person who they're talking to, it's almost like they know everything that they're telling them. Basically, they're pretty intelligent. They just don't speak like as we do.
How do they feel about other animals or familiars, if you will?
I mean, your familiar is something that is often like your people have them around. It's kind of the same situation. Like they know they're unable to be killed, and they don't have like stupid fears of things like elephants have fears of mice. Like they'll just look at any other living creature as like, I know you can't cause me problems, so I'm just going to ignore your existence.
Okay. So I'll leave Pip as a bow on my back. What I'm actually going to do is, before I go any further, I'm actually going to disarm myself. My bow, while it's on my back, can be seen. It's visible. So I'm going to disarm myself entirely.
Your bow is Pip.
Yeah,
remember.
but she's a bow right now, right?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we can say that.
Yeah,
She's-
so okay, for usually, yes, like default, unless I like
You're carrying her around as a bow.
yeah, because
default.
it's harder for me to be holding her or have her like just walking around with us like in
Okay.
the conditions that we have been in, like cold, super cold, whatever. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take I don't want to be a threat whatsoever, so I take off my bow and place it down on the ground. Kiwi, you don't have any like weapons, right? You just have your magic hands. Yeah, you don't have any weapons on you.
Your bow makes a whining noise.
It makes a what? A whining noise.
Yeah.
I kneel down.
Please turn Pip. bring Pip.
You want to bring Pip? You think?
I think you should make Pip into something not a weapon.
Just her dog form, you think? I don't think the Minkle mastodons have any, like... God, that's a good question. Maybe we should just leave her here, hidden in the grass as a bow.
If you call for her, will she come, though?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as I have treats. She knows I'm the treat bearer. Yeah, I guess Kifi is naked. She just has her nature's pocket, so all of her, if she has concealed weapons, they're well concealed.
They're my secret weapons.
Oh God. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that can help. Knowing that they're pretty chill is nice. I thought they were gonna be like insanely aggro, so I think having my weapon off and everything will be good. Kifi, you want to proceed with me?
Yep.
All right. And remember, if I
are you
stop...
asking Laszlo and Prue to stay back?
Yeah, just to hang back a little bit. Just, you know what, at first, so Laszlo and Prue, like I said, weapons very last resort, but, I'm gonna, if things are going well, I'm gonna signal to you guys. I'm gonna do a, one of these. Okay. And if I do that, that means walk cautiously toward Kifi and I. Okay. And this is, of course, stop. But just be really slow. No sudden movements. But do not move until the signal.
Just like red light, green light. We
Also,
got this, guys.
Laszlo, where is your gun right now?
In their holsters.
Are you able to conceal them a little bit more? Can you untuck your beautiful, large-shouldered blouse, doublet, or whatever, and just hide them a little bit?
I can just put them on the ground. They won't be visible.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Kifi's magic, her really good, reliable magic, will help us if anything happens. Prue, what about you? Do you have any weapons that are visible?
I've just got a stick strapped across my back.
When you start walking, can you pretend like it's your walking stick?
Worst comes to worst, I'll toss it on the ground.
Sounds good. There's nothing riding on my shoulders. This is fine. This is nothing. We got this, right, guys? Right?
You got this.
Do you have any wine still, Prue, from like months ago? Got
Let
any
me
of
check
that?
my prison wallet.
Okay.
No.
Your prison wallet?
Yeah. Other words for nature's pocket. You've not heard that range of emotion in her face. Oh my god. It means butthole. Oh my god, Gatsu's here. Holy shit. All right. I'm ready to go.
All right. And Laszlo, you're just going to sit back and kind of watch and wait?
Yes,
Waiting
I'm going
for
to
my-
wait for the message, and I might keep a hand on my rope.
Okay. And Prue, are you gonna do much the same? Just kind of sit back and wait?
Yeah, I'm keeping a real close eye on those Master Minkledons. Just
Fair enough. All right. So together with Kipp the half-naked elf and Kifi the full-naked gnome start heading towards the Master Minkledons in the field. And as you kind of enter into this area, you can hear sort of on the other side of the clearing, the sound of more animals approaching you through the darkened woods beyond this like glowing blue field. And as you are watching the tree line on the other side of the glowing field, a dozen or so more Mastominkledons kind of come plodding into view to join the grazing. And following
A dozen others?
A dozen of Mastominkledons. This is a pretty large field.
Okay, so we went from 3 to dozens.
Yes.
Good.
So like 15 or so are in here now, I think.
Glad they showed up to the party.
It's a pretty big space. They're not really all that close to you at right now. I mean, they're moving in from the forest and they're kind of grazing. Like it's a big open field. Like this is a colossal field of glowing blue flowers.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see that coming in from there is this herd of Mastominkledons. However, following in their wake as they kind of move from the trees is something far more noticeable. A massive creature, easily 3 times the size of any of the other Mastominkledons, starts kind of pushing its way through, pushing apart the foliage and toppling trees as it comes sauntering slowly into the center of the herd to join the others in their lazy consumption of the plentiful growth of bioluminescent plant life. And this thing looks important. It's basically a Mastominkledon that just got it's like evolved form, basically, if you were thinking Pokemon, right? Like this thing is huge. It looks very important to their little gathering. They all treated it with a lot of respect. So how would you like to handle this development?
I would. I'd like to approach it slow. I'm going to the main one.
The big one?
This important one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach it very slowly. I'm not going to maintain eye contact with it. I'm going to be looking down. And when I get... I'm assuming everything's good so far as I'm approaching it.
Yep.
Nothing out of the ordinary. It doesn't give a fuck about me.
It doesn't register your existence, basically.
Oh, God. Okay. So then I'm going to get a little bit closer to it, into its line of sight.
Also, I should mention that these things don't have eyes.
Into its line of smell. They don't have eyes. They can't see anything.
They don't have eyes. Well, They can see. They just don't have like outer... They have other sensory inputs, basically.
Okay. I'm going to, then I'll walk up to it. I'm not going to touch it or anything like that. I gently and as calmly as I can, I'm going to speak a couple of words in Elven. Imported by, trademark used under license by, Sus license par Frito-Lay Canada, Cambridge. And I'm going to wait and see what happens.
All right. You speak those elven words to this creature as you placed your hand on it. Is that what you did?
Nope, I didn't touch it. But I just wanted it to know that I'm there. I'm
so
calm.
You're like eyes down, kind of hippogriff approach.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
I'm gonna actually even be kneeling a little bit, and slowly after I say that, I'm just gonna reach into my satchel that I still have on and pull out precisely 3 of the almonds that I didn't eat yet, because I stuffed my whole satchel with almonds as we were walking. So I'm gonna hold them out. I'd say that the Mastominkledon, it's a hard one to say, is quite close to me. So hopefully it has a decent smell and good hearing that it could smell the almonds. And I'll be kneeling, like one knee on the ground, just kind of like offering it its food. Hopefully,
Okay.
like,
Also, you personally have never seen a Mastominkledon like this, but you've heard tell that these are like herd mothers. They're really important, rare kind of variants of the Mastominkledons. They generally have never been used in the history of your people as like tamed animals.
Okay.
But you're making the bid for it here, obviously, which is good on you.
Yeah.
So you kind of go up and you do all this to try and attract it. Kifi, is there anything you're going to do while she does that?
I'm real scared of scaring this thing away. So I'm just gonna kind of like follow up behind her and kind of like pretend like I don't think it can see me, even though it probably can see me. But I'm just gonna try and like sneak behind Dara. Not
I
Dara.
like that they have no eyes, but I said that they're attracted to the color purple. Maybe the aura that purple gives off.
They might be able to smell colors.
There you go.
There's synesthesia.
They might.
Cool. All right.
Cool, man.
All right, so you're just kind of standing there doing nothing to make sure that you don't cause any problems?
Yeah, just being so overly cautious because so much rides on this this interaction, and
Just
I'm not
being a naked.
just so you know too that I'm not necessarily trying to like 100% bond with this one. I just want it to like acknowledge my presence, and I mean, if a bond does happen, great, but I just want it to know that like I'm cool, because like if it's cool with me, I'm hoping that it's kind of cool with me being like near around any of the other massive Minkledons. And if they see me interacting with it and it's okay with me, then I'm hoping that like ups my chances in bonding one of them, if that makes sense.
That's totally fair. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll a d20 here.
Okay.
And of course, now this might be a good time to appeal to as many sources as you can
Okay.
in hopes of making this something that works for you. Because
Okay.
we're going to do basically like a willpower test. So we're going to see if this thing notices you and gives a shit versus like not doing so. So it's going to be your roll beating the roll of this creature, more or less.
Okay. So if I appeal, let's say, what Patreons are here? What Pantheon patrons are here right now?
Lord Zach of the Boras.
Zach and Hobby, correct?
Lord Zach of the Boras and Hobby I've seen, and that's about all I've seen of lately within presence of the godosphere.
Now, okay.
I
Now-
sense that we only have these deities.
Kiri's here too. You sensed wrong. Yeah. So- Will it? Okay. I'm just trying to think too. Like, is it going to be in like pieces? Like, okay, it recognizes you. Now roll another thing. Okay, it did this. Now roll another thing. Or it's like.
I mean, you'll find that out, won't you?
Okay. And I could appeal. I could get every Pantheon here.
You can do one god per person.
Per session.
Yeah. And that god cannot be appealed to by anyone else after that point.
Does my group have any do you guys what's that word I'm looking for? Do you mind if I use up every single Pantheon in this? Or care?
No.
I say we just
What's-
go for it.
Okay.
I feel
What's
like
more
this
important
mission
than
is
this?
entirely on your shoulders. So you should have all the support.
Okay. Okay, so I do call upon the power of Kirime for this one here. Kiribe. My lovely favorite mod. Do you want to help me out with this? Does this creature, am I asking, does this creature acknowledge my presence, or?
You're asking for the favor of a god, so obviously you should be addressing Jakiri, who had
Jakiri.
children and adults who don't go to bed on time.
Jakiri.
As
I'm
she
calling
just
upon
said.
your godly mighty powers, Jakiri. Dual-headed
Right.
god of children and adults who don't go to bed on.
That's right. But you need to offer a prayer. You got to offer a prayer, Kipp.
I do pray to thine mighty Jakiri that you listen to my prayers and grant me the ability, grant this Minkle Mastodon head mother the ability to acknowledge my presence and like me.
All right. What do you say, Kiri, deity of dual-headed god of children and adults who don't go to bed on time? Is it yes or no?
No. Will it eat my almonds?
No.
No. I'm scared.
Oh.
Yes! Thank you, almighty Jakiri. Bless you.
Excellent. You have received the blessings of Jakiri, and as such, you are now granted a benefit to your your role. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that you have a +4 to this attempt.
+4.
Yeah, you roll a d20. I'm afraid Jakiri is only a demigod, but it's still a very powerful bonus and one worth worshiping.
Oh my god. Wait, that's not
No,
supposed
you
to
did
happen,
that
right? Okay,
Yeah,
thank God.
Not a plus. You just
Right.
typed-
Oh, I was like, shit.
Oh, Dara rolls a 0. Here we go.
I've just been doing good rolls, so I know I have a feeling that this one's gonna be like, here's a 4.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh.
It's not good. It's not bad.
It's mediocre, like my life. No, just kidding.
So now I'm going to roll a d20 to see how the creature responds to this attempt. And we're going to see what comes of it.
Please be lower than a 12.
Well, it's not lower than a 12, but it's not higher than a 12.
Tiesies? Do I have to roll again?
It's a Tiesies.
What does that
But
mean?
I'm going to say that it means that in the case of what we're doing here, it has recognized you, because it's almost more symbolic of the experience to have a tied roll than it is to have one that's different.
Okay.
So this creature takes note of your attempting to engage in diplomacy with it, more or less, and it kind of saunters over to accept your offering. And do you hold out the food for it to consume?
I ate one of them, but yeah, there's 2 still left.
It recognizes and interacts with you as like a fragile creature, so it doesn't extend its full mouth out to take it, but more these little kind of like sticky tentacle things come out of the sides of its mouth and just grab each one like and just kind of like and then go back in.
Okay.
And that's what happens. So it eats it, and it's kind of like a little bit more amiable to you now. So it's recognized your existence as another creature, and is willing to kind of like entertain more things.
Okay. I'm gonna just switch to common tongue, and still kneeling while it's that close to me. I'm just gonna like slowly reach out my other hand and kind of pet it, and like in between its well, it doesn't have eyes, but kind of in the middle of the forehead question mark. I'm just gonna like reach out and gently touch it, and as I switch to common tongue, I'm just gonna be like, aren't you just beautiful? And I'm just gonna be petting it if it lets me.
It does. It seems to it recognizes this, and it doesn't seem to be fazed by it. But you also get the impression that if you were just straight up wailing on this thing with your fists, it also wouldn't give a shit. So.
Oh, right,
because
it's like fully armored. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you think like you could hit this thing with a cannon and it would be like,
Okay.
It's not.
I still want to tread lightly and be gentle and as calm and peaceful as I possibly can. So I will keep petting it. I'm gonna like look over, or I'm gonna actually do my signal here. So I look over, far over at Laszlo and Prue. Oh, Awkward. I look over at Prue and I give the signal to cautiously approach.
I will cautiously approach.
I look over at Keefe and I just whisper very quietly, go ahead, Keefe. Do you want to touch it?
This is all I've been waiting for. I'm gonna just like reach out to touch it.
Gentle. Doesn't
Slower
that feel
than
cool?
I originally wanted to.
Feel how tough those scales are?
So as you guys are kind of like petting it and stuff, Prue, where are you in relation to this right now?
I'm still gonna keep back a little bit. I'm gonna approach maybe like 10, 15 feet back at this point.
Okay, and Laszlo, are you going to move in on everyone's go ahead as well?
Yes, I'm going to slowly step forward a few paces.
All right, cool. So as you're kind of like petting them and stuff, everyone's sort of, moving in, and you all take notice that the entire herd of the Vasta Minkledons is now kind of encircled you guys and is sort of watching. Obviously, they don't have eyes, with interest as to what's kind of going on here. And so you kind of have acquired a bit of an audience.
Do they understand just any language? Like,
They can understand you if you speak. But just before we go into this next part here, we're going to resolve our vote on the stream now. So those of you who are watching, please, you have very few seconds left to cast your vote if you haven't already. And once we have resolved this vote, by the time I'm done talking about resolving the vote, I will resolve the vote. So please cast your votes now. And once the vote is resolved, that is going to be the option of approach that is what wins over, or is what needs to be done essentially to win over this creature's affections. So any second now, last call for votes. You get choo-choo, vote trains leaving the station, everybody. Drop your votes now, because I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to end this poll in 3, 2, I don't even know why the hell it's 57% on one fucking result. Like, it's out of 3 vote options, 57%. So yeah, well, okay, cool. We end the vote. So this is how it's going to play out now for everybody. So for your options, I'm not going to say what it is yet, but Kipp, as you kind of caress this creature, its little tendrils around its mouth kind of come out and wrap around your hands, and you don't hear a voice, but it's almost like this creature is telling you that it wants something from you, that it needs you to do something for it in order to show good faith, and you basically need to do something for it that it wants to be entertained by, more or less, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a vote, and I gave everyone 3 options. The first option, which took 14% of the vote, is song. So a song. The second option, which took 29% of the vote, was to do a dance. A dance for this thing. However, with 57% of the vote, the Master Minkledon mother here would like you to rap for it.
Oh my!
So it's going to need a little bit of friendship rapping from you, Kipp, in order to encourage it into perhaps joining with you as a friend.
I like that.
Who voted this? Oh my god. What? Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy.
You also get the impression that it might like you more if everyone had something that they could contribute to this process out of the
Yes.
entire group.
Yes.
Ooh, that's what I'll
Oh
do.
God. The background like hype man.
So I think the best way to do this, as the DM, I'm gonna lay down a fresh beat, and
Oh, God.
each person in turn is going to add their line to the friendship rap. So I'll be like, like and Kipp, and then you say your line, and then we finish that, and then I go Keefy. So you guys get the idea of how this is supposed to go down?
I am so sorry that this is not going to go well for you. I'm so sorry ahead of time. So sorry.
How many verses?
You can short, like a short line. Like you don't need to like go for a full. If you want to spit hot
How many
fire,
rotations is this rap going?
it's only gonna go one per each person.
Okay.
So you know what? Tell you what we'll do is we'll do Kipp, we'll do Keefe, we'll do Laszlo, we'll do Prue, and then Kipp can finish it off again, so that we can hopefully impart enough of an impression on this creature that it perhaps may wish to aid you in your journey. Are we all ready for this?
No, I'm like making verses as you're talking.
Oh, you're not gonna do it on the fly?
I mean, no, that's like impossible. But I only wrote down a verse, so I guess that's what I'm doing.
All right. You know what? Let's see if there's actually something here. One second.
Give us a sick beat.
Hold on. I think I have something here. I might have to just do it myself.
I would really like to hear our DM beatbox.
Yeah, no, that's in French. Okay, I'm
Okay,
doing
I
it
got
myself. All right. I've never laid down a rap beat before in my life, so this is also going to be terrible on my part. So I apologize to the viewers at home for what we're about to do here. All right. Yo, Kipp, are you ready to start this rap?
Shit! 1, 2, 1, 2. Fuck yeah!
All right. Let's get this shit started.
Hey, yo! Oh, wait. Do you go first?
No. I say your
he's
name
not
and then
rapping.
you
Oh,
rap.
he's a Kipp. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Kipp.
Oh, you're not gonna keep going with the beat. Okay. Hey, no, it's fine. It might throw me off.
Okay, yeah.
This is going so well so far. Okay. Hey, you beautiful creature. Look at you and all your amazing features. I wanna be your best friend till the second cataclysmic end. Next.
Yeah.
What?
Keefe.
I don't really know what we're rhyming, but I guess it's time that I chime in. And we really want you to be our friend. So I'm going to take this rap around the other bend.
Oh.
Wow.
Laszlo.
Master Minkledons, we entreat your favor. It's your friendship that we do savor.
Oh, shit. Prue.
Oh, mighty Master Minkledon, help us out and we'll be gone.
Yeah, on fire. End it out, Kipp.
Okay, Minkle Macedon, what say you? Befriend me and my super awesome crew? That's it.
Well done, team. I don't know why I added that to that fucking vote. I'm completely regretting my life choices.
We need you to help fight so that we can sleep well at night.
Oh shit! Snap. Well, it's pretty safe to say that this creature has heard what you say, and so what we're gonna do as a team here is you guys are each going to roll a d20 to see how well your verse impacted this creature.
Oh, what? Oh, God.
So
Wait.
if anyone, what?
Yeah, can we call? Can we call,
Yes,
guys?
if you would like to call on a deity, you can. But there is a grand total of the roll here that I want from everybody that will determine.
Okay.
So the higher the number, the better.
But the deity, a grand total. So if we get all the deities, we each get a plus, like a modifier to our rolls.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
This is a group thing, so each one of you can appeal to a patron, a pantheon patron.
Okay.
Also, help lol harem king. Result, it tramples you. So right now you have no modifiers on this roll. Each one of you individually, aside from Kipp, because you've already appealed to a patron, can attempt to appeal to one of the remaining gods with a prayer and see if they'll grant you their favor.
Lord Zach of the Boras, I am your dedicated worshiper who I call upon you all the time. Lord Zach of the Boras, I believe in your power. Please, Lord Zach of the Boras, send us your strength.
Lord Zach of the Boras, are you here and do you grant your favor to your devoted follower, Kifi? Say yes or no in the chat. Oh.
Uh-oh.
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 Oh, no.
Yes!
Lord Zach of the Boras.
Excellent. So you have received the mighty +6 from the Lord Zach of the Boras. So there is another one here today, I think, still. The hobby dictator. If one of you also would like to appeal. Perhaps, Prue, I don't think you've ever had a chance to appeal to a god yet, have you?
Not yet, no.
Would you like to carry us forward in prayer here to hopefully encourage this?
I feel like so long as he's here and I'm not just screaming into the abyss, let's do this. Yes.
Okay. Lord Hobby Dictator, are you here to receive the prayers of the faithful in hopes of your blessing in this process? Also, yes, if anyone would like to join the Pantheon of Patrons and potentially be not so helpful, if you're on the $20 or more tiers, you will join the Pantheon of Patrons and be an option for praying to in these troubled times.
I think our hobby went to bed.
I think the Lord Hobby has retired.
I could always make a call to Fiddle.
Is he there?
I will find out. He's not here, but like I could do a phone call and maybe he'll answer.
I mean, you need to have someone else do that phone call though, because you already.
Or
Yeah,
I
no.
could just tell you
wait,
what
yeah.
to say.
Okay, yeah, I'll be like, this is a message from Prue Sprout, aka Nixis.
Tell
Okay.
him that his ASMR skills are on point and that his food looks delicious and that if he will bless us, I will continue to think those things about him in a kindly fashion.
Okay.
And I'll buy him a
Please.
drink at the next meetup.
Okay. I'll try to remember all three of those things with my goldfish memory. ASMR skills, cooking skills, buying a drink. Please answer. Please answer. Please answer. Fiddle?
Yeah.
Hi. Do you have 2 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. Everything's fine. I
Okay.
realized that I sounded really like scared. I'm playing I'm playing Minkles and Dragons, of course, and we desperately need to call upon our last and final pantheon of Patreon.
Oh,
And this is a message from Prue Sprout, aka Nixis, because I already called upon my deity. She says, "Oh mighty fiddlesticks bot, please bless this this role. Your ASMR skills are completely on point. Your cooking looks amazing. And at the next meetup, she will buy you a drink.
Oh my.
Do you
Yes,
say
I'll bless the roll.
yes? Thank you.
Blessed be.
Thank you very much, Fiddlesticks. Bless you.
Did you put the food away?
Yeah, no, I didn't put the food away. I'll do it right now.
Oh, you've angered the gods.
Okay, bye.
I'm so glad he didn't ask that question before he gave his answer.
First off, did you
away
put the...
No.
All right, congratulations, Prue. You have received the blessing to this, which is also a
Still
6+.
blessed.
So yeah, indeed, it's you know what's neat is Patreon's down for scheduled maintenance.
Oh, that's
Fuck that fox.
That's been on like that for a while too, like before we started.
That's lame.
Yikes.
Okay, well, whatever.
Monk ass.
So if anyone does subscribe as a Patreon and it doesn't come through as a notification, just let us know in chat with what tier you did.
Yeah.
If somebody ends up doing it, just because Patreon is apparently pooping itself. So if you can somehow get in and do it, let us know.
Yeah.
Anyways, congratulations that you all have received this this bonus. And as you are standing there and delivering this rap, the rap takes so much energy out of Kifi after being like a glowing thing. Is like while she waits for this to impact, she passes out in the grass as her usual what's that word?
Narcolepsy?
Narcoleptic self. Yes, thank you. So the narcoleptic gnome face dives into the soft blue plants and is just this naked, glowing purple whatever going on there while you wait for the results. But now, shit. Also, quickly roll a d20 at a plus 12, Kifi, before you leave, if you're still there. Otherwise, someone's going to have to roll for her. I'll roll for her. Okay. So at a plus 12, after comparative modifiers, roll a d20 and add a 12. Just type 12, not plus. And putting the Z's on.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone roll your d20s, add 12 as the modifier, and we will see what the grand combined total is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to quickly add that up. Let's see if it gets to my number. Was it collectively the number that I was hoping for? Ooh. Well done. You rolled 2 higher in total than what I was expecting you to reach in order to befriend this creature.
Oh, God.
So, the Master Minkledon is moved by your performance. And in fact, the Master Minkledon is so moved by the performance that all the other Master Minkledons in this little group are kind of like, they have their little feeler things from their mouths out, and those are glowing purple, and they are kind of like waving there as you guys were, having your little celebration. So you're kind of like in this bioluminescent blue field surrounded by glowing purple, whatever the hell, and they're all like, oh yeah, that was super fucking entertaining kind of situation. So congratulations, the Master Minkledons are impressed by your mad, sick rap skills.
Yes! Oh my God. Phew. Okay. Now what?
Now, as you look on, this massive creature before you kind of flattens itself onto the ground, and kind of you get the impression that it wants all of you to get on its back.
Okay. I'm gonna kneel down and pick up Kifi and swing her over my back and haul her toward the Minkle Macedon, and I look at Laszlo and Prue. and I just say, I think we all gotta get on.
I mount the Master Minkledon round 2.
I gently put Keefe on her tummy, like over, like so she's slouched over it, in front of Prue, and then I'll have Laszlo. Laszlo, would you mind sitting here? I think I should take the reins, quote unquote.
And don't forget your bow.
No problem. I need. I reach out my hand. My back is hurting me. I need a hand up.
Okay, so I help Laszlo up. And yes, Prue, I do need to get my bow. Thank you. So I quickly prance with a big smile on my face over to my bow, and I just whisper, "We did it, Pip." And I put her on my back and head back over to the Minkle Macedon.
And in response to this, your bow gives like a happy little like, "Yep."
And prance over to Minkle Macedon and mount it.
All right, you are now all on the back of this very large and imposing Master Minkledon that it feels like it almost might not be able to fit through the damn like tunnels as you're on its back. And this thing kind of starts gaining a little bit of gait, heading towards the way that you guys had come from the central place where the village is. And as it stomps forward, it goes faster and faster, and you guys are like, "Oh my God, Jesus, this is going way too fast for something this big." So you're kind of gripping on and holding on as this thing kind of runs through and is like, you can tell it's kind of excited almost. And behind it, the other Master Minkledons are keeping pace. So this horde of Master Minkledons are kind of running behind it. And as you kind of like basically feel all these Master Minkledons are coming together, and they're all running as like a big herd, and they come back out into this big open space below the village, and your big lead Master Minkledon that you're on top of starts inflating its stomach and rising up, and at the same time this whole horde of Master Minkledons joins it. And as you're kind of watching the ascent, if you were to be somebody in this village, you would just be looking out, and suddenly you would see like a whole like air show of Master Minkledons just kind of rising into the sky in front of this village, and everyone within it is very eagerly running towards the edge of the village where your group has kind of like risen and are just kind of hovering there, and people are like, "What the hell?" There's a lot of like surprise in everyone's faces. And as you kind of return to the village, the reception you receive is one of absolute stunned silence. As far as you can tell, it seems the entire population has gathered to witness the arrival of this colossal beast you now call a friend, that carries you all towards the gardens in which you met the elders. Already protruding from their mossy closets, the ancient half-plant elves watch with wide eyes in surprise as the great beast comes to a halt before them, lowering itself calmly to permit your Dara to permit your disembarkation. So how would you guys all like to handle that? By the way, Keefe, you are unconscious on the back of this creature and are now able to awaken and operate. So
we got it.
Yeah, you got it. You landed this big creature right in front of the
Pokemon.
You did. You caught the Pokemon. So now the entire village has followed your ascent into this garden, and the elders and all the other elves are looking at this with like absolute stunned silence. So you've landed. You're ready to disembark. What would you like to do?
Like leave the not leave.
Like get off the thing.
Disembark. We're leaving right away. Like got it. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. See you soon.
Fucking bye. I'm gonna attempt. Like I'm gonna like go to dismount in another fancy way, and I'm going to stop myself, remembering how poorly that the mount was when we first mounted the Minkle Mastodons. And I'll just slide off of it, still like head high, shoulders back, and a graceful dismount. Nothing flashy, though.
Fair enough. And Kifi, what are you going to do?
I'm just gonna fall off.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to like grab her as she's like falling.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
Can I try to do that? Because
yeah,
it's
you
pretty
can.
high, right? Even though
You-
they're like grounded.
It's very high, especially for a
She's
gnome.
fucking face flat into the ground again. Okay, you want me to roll a
It
d20?
is very soft, mossy ground, but yes, it probably is a good idea to catch her. So go ahead
Okay.
and roll me a d20 at like a +3.
Okay. Yeah.
You catch Kifi as she falls.
Fucking do a dance with her.
Yeah. You-
A happy
you
we
try-
did it dance.
You put her down, and after you do your happy we did it dance, and Laszlo, what are you gonna do?
I look down and see that it's not going to be possible to have a graceful dismount, so I just kind of groan and hop down.
All right. So you kind of scrabble down the side of this big ass thing, and get yourself situated. Prue, what are you gonna do?
I'll just slide off of it, and I'm heading back to wherever the closest greenery is, and just getting elbow deep again, just right back into the greenery.
All right. So you get elbows deep in some greens, as everyone else kind of dismounts and looks at the elders, and the elders kind of take a moment to kind of process this with more unspoken sentences with another one before they lock all their eyes on Kipp yet again. And the elder who was speaking to you before is like, how did you accomplish this? No one has ever tamed or ridden a herd mother in living memory.
It was actually surprisingly easy. I don't know if you've ever heard of rapping or sick rhymes, but we actually just busted out some sick rhymes, and it was no problem. Very easy, actually. I'm surprised nobody here has ever tamed one of them before.
We are strangely lucky.
Yeah, there was no divine intervention or anything. That's silly.
Very
they
easy. Snap of the fingers, really.
they take this information in as pretty much the entirety of the village is now gathered around you guys, just being like, whoa. So they take a moment of soundless communication again before the elder who has been delivering talking to you all begins to nod his head again and addresses Kipp. Exile, it is with a mixture of great surprise and genuine awe we inform you that not only has your ritual of binding been an outstanding success, but no other elf in living memory has ever been permitted to ride a herd mother, let alone bond with one, since the days our ancestors were led to this place by the Master Minkledons themselves millennia ago. There's a wave of hushed conversation from the assembled crowd before Elder Mossfelt continues addressing Kipp. This revelation leaves us with no choice but to welcome you back into the collective. Not as a member of your tribe, but as the Seed Seeker, our people's chosen sacred representative of not only the elves of the forest, but the will of the forest itself. Through your bond with this herd mother, you have been chosen to seek out and lead us to a new era of prosperity and growth. We admit it's a shock to us that as an exile would be chosen for this role, but this is irrefutable proof that the wishes of our life giver be respected, even if our own confidence is minimal. Do you have anything to say in response to this, Kipp?
I try to form words, but all I say is, I'm, trust me, more shocked than you all are. And then I just, I can't continue speaking. I just stand there again with like eyes wide open, forgetting my place, forgetting everything, and not moving.
The elders kind of exchange a few worried glances before Mossfelt wrenches a hand free from the wall, which has been sitting there for probably hundreds of years, and gestures towards an open recess within the center of the greenery that would normally be reserved for the insertion of replacement elders to the council when they are merged with the forest to begin life anew in service to the ages. Please shed your garments and enter the embracement.
Well, I will get banned from Twitch if I do that, your respective elder. I figuratively remove my items of clothing with complete confidence and gingerly step into the thing that you said. What it was called.
Step into the thing.
I go in the thing. Oh, Fran, hello. You're here just in time for Dara to get naked. And
What timing? Fran would get here for that.
All right, so you step forward and enter this enclosure, and as you kind of do so. Oh,
before I get in, I just look at them all, and I say, "It is very uncommon for the elves to give anyone a second chance. I am beyond words appreciative of this. I did not expect this at all, and I will not fail you again. You have my word." And then I step into the thing.
Fair enough. So it's big promises, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in shock, so I don't even know what I'm saying.
All right. Fair enough. As Kipp enters the alcove of vines and branches festooned with flowers and leaves of all kinds, the plants begin to shift and grow outwards, long strands of nature moving to embrace her body. Flowing and writhing across the surface of her skin, the moving mass of plant matter begins to emit a mixture of green and blue light within the enclosure. While the glowing light spreads, Kipp's skin begins to glow along with it. A swirling vortex of mixed color playing across her features as she is encased slowly in a flowery cocoon that covers her entire body from head to toe. A long moment passes in silence while the light fades and the collection of vines and branches finally cease their movement altogether before finally everything begins to pull itself back into the wall, leaving Kipp standing alone, facing everyone, eyes closed and arms crossed over her exposed chest. When you finally open your eyes again, they briefly flash an intense green color, complex patterns filling your pupils as a strobe of green light surges through your veins before both your intense eyes and the light show of a circulatory system settle themselves. Returning to normal, you are now standing completely naked, facing a large crowd of eager onlookers, collectively holding their breath in suspense. How would you like to respond to this?
I wipe away a single tear. I don't want to show weakness, so I pretend I'm just itching my eye a little bit. Something very odd for someone of my new stature to be doing, but I itch away my eye. So they're standing there just like awestruck.
Everyone is standing there awestruck by this embrasure and apparently a newfound power that you have yet to kind of like understand.
Kneel before me, you peasant. You have made a grave mistake. No. Just kidding. No. Yeah, so I just kind of, again, like still eyes wide, looking at myself, my body, this crazy feeling surging through me. I take a deep breath. And all I say is, my people, thank you for allowing me back. And that's all I say. See what they say or do. Yes.
As you kind of let that go in and flow about, everyone kind of sits there for a minute and people start kind of like getting up. Elves start getting up and cheering and clapping for you, and the whole village kind of erupts in this procession of people cheering and like woo, yeah, like oh my god, you're fuck Kipp, yeah.
Can I oh sorry.
No, go ahead, ask what you
Can
want.
I look over at Keefe, Laszlo, and Prue and tell them to come stand with me?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Does everyone want to do that?
I would love to do that. Yes,
I'm
will
just-
scoot over and I will offer her my coat.
Okay. I do take it and wrap it around myself. And I just say out loud, I could not have done it without these amazing people. People? My
Being-
amazing friends.
Yeah, there you go.
Please show them love and kindness and give them a round of applause. Keefe, Laszlo Dipple, and Prue Sprout.
Oh my god, yes, it's so amazing.
You all are kind of different from us, but we accept you now.
This random turn of events has made us less xenophobic.
Not how it always goes.
Oh god.
And as you hold their hands up and celebrate and everything, there's like a really fucking cinematic moment where the camera zooms out and it's like the end of fucking Star Wars Episode 1. And with that comes the end of our adventure.
All right. Typing it in now. /raid. What did we say their name was? Welcome Party? RPG. There we go. I love you freaking Minkles so much. You all mean so much to me. See you guys over in their channel, okay? Dylan, you fucking idiot. Oh, that wasn't me, I swear. Oh god, this is awkward. Minkle!